is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you would tell it.
I know so many things I shouldn't know. When I walk in a room, heads go down.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you
right
scrambling
here,
and scraping for shit. No.
That one.
Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Perhaps Diddy and Meek Mill has.
Why would they not have sex when they're gay rappers?
Then you take Justin Bieber from Lily White, Canada, and take him to the flavor of F Off, the Kitty edition. Get his ripped open.
When it comes to dropping bombshells about Hollywood's darkest secrets, Katt Williams never misses. And this time, he's back with a wild one, calling out a list of famous rappers who were allegedly getting cozy behind closed doors with Diddy. Yep, those Diddy parties, the ones that were super exclusive, super lavish, and strictly no cameras allowed. They were the stuff of legend. But now that Diddy's facing serious legal heat, all the secrets are starting to bubble up to the surface. And let's be real, people have whispered about Diddy's pronouns for years, but no one expected some major male rappers to be involved too. Thanks to Katt Williams, Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal and big homie CC were finally getting a peek behind the velvet curtain. Gene Deal has been trying to tell folks for years, and now he's doubling down, sharing what he saw with his own two eyes. According to Gene, Diddy used to take certain rappers into a private room at his parties, not for music deals or casual conversations, but for playtime. And no, not with action figures. We're talking about adult toys here. Gene even recounted one moment when he accompanied Diddy to an adult store. Diddy filled up a brown paper bag with some interesting items, and when Gene tried to tease him about it, Diddy brushed him off like, "Let me shop in peace, man." Later, they flew to North Carolina on a private jet with a female friend and a well-known rapper.
Next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door, and the dude said, "Yo, I'm here for my cousin." I said, "Who your cousin?" And he said, Ja Rule.
Yes, this is just starting, because by the end of this video, you're going to know the deepest, darkest secrets of some celebrities you never thought would be caught up in something like this. Starting with the rapper that Gene was referring to in that shocking interview, Ja Rule. Now, if you're not in the know, Ja Rule, real name Jeffrey Atkins, is a platinum-selling rapper and actor who dominated the charts in the early 2000s with hits like Always on Time and Livin' It Up. He was the face of M Inc., and back in the day, he ran in the same flashy circles as Diddy. Both were kings of the hip-hop scene, sharing stages, parties, and more behind closed doors than fans ever imagined. Their relationship? Well, it started in the music industry, but sources and insiders like Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, have been hinting that there was way more going on. And now, Ja Rule is back in the headlines, not for beef with 50 Cent, but for publicly defending Diddy while the bad boy mogul faces a mountain of disturbing accusations. During an interview on Piers Morgan Uncensored, Ja Rule tried to stay neutral, but his words still raised eyebrows. He said, "It's another black man in this industry going through unfortunate circumstances," and offered Diddy support, while also acknowledging victims deserve justice. Sounds safe, right? But in the world of hip-hop, silence or neutrality often speaks volumes, especially when 50 Cent is out here dragging both Diddy and anyone defending him, Ja Rule included. And the tension? It's real. While 50 is prepping a whole documentary to expose Diddy and support the alleged victims, Ja Rule and even Floyd Mayweather have taken the mind your business route. The public isn't buying the silence anymore, especially not with stories from people like Gene Deal painting a much darker picture behind those velvet ropes. Moving on from Ja Rule, another obvious and honestly even more interesting artist with deep ties to the diddler is none other than Jay-Z. If you've been keeping up with the Hollywood and the hip-hop worlds, you'll know these two are basically inseparable. Their bond wasn't just business, it was flashy events, luxury parties, and yes, even rumors of wild birthday suit-only basketball games at Diddy's infamous parties. You get the picture. Now, just like Diddy, Jay-Z hasn't exactly had a clean record. In fact, some believe his skeletons might even be darker. Years ago, Jay-Z faced serious backlash over rumors involving Foxy Brown. At the time of their alleged relationship, Foxy was extremely young, too young. Whispers in the industry claim Jay paid her a large sum of hush money to keep the details out of the spotlight. And when Dame Dash, Jay's former Rockefeller partner, was asked about it, his defensive reaction only made things seem more suspicious.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
But that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you did.
putting
I'm
me in
just
that.
asking a
You keep asking
question.
because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody. I don't know
You the
nothing about
boss.
that. Yo, don't beat around the bush. Say what you want
I'm
to say.
just
What do you
asking.
mean by that question?
The parallels between Jay-Z's relationship with Foxy Brown and Diddy's relationship with Cassie, honestly, they're chilling. Diddy started dating Cassie when she was just 19, dangling promises of fame and success in front of her, only to allegedly wreck her career and her personal life in the process. Sound familiar? Because Jay-Z allegedly did something eerily similar with Foxy Brown, using his influence and power over a much younger girl to control the narrative and her silence. And that's not all. As you might already know, Diddy's public persona in recent years has been carefully crafted, a softer, dad-like figure who mentored stars like Usher and Justin Bieber, doted on his kids, and appeared relatable.
Even gifting them both with Range Rovers.
It's a sense of pride that, you know, I was able to go and I was able to make that dream come true.
This image was no accident. It was a work of PR experts and years of distancing himself from his disturbing past. But beyond that polished facade lies a darker story. Diddy wasn't just a bystander in the rap world. He was at the center of one of the deadliest feuds in hip-hop history. According to accounts, he once declared in anger, "Something's gotta change. I don't care if Pac's gotta die, Big's gotta die, or Suge goes to jail." And now his old nemesis, Suge Knight, is coming forward with new revelations. Diddy's orbit has been surrounded by a chilling pattern of suspicious fatalities, many tied to people who dared to reveal too much. From industry insiders to close acquaintances, anyone working on a tell-all book about Diddy seems to meet an untimely end, or at the very least, face severe consequences. Consider this: Andre Harrell, Heavy D, and even Diddy's ex-wife Kim Porter were reportedly working on revealing projects before their passings. Kim in particular was about to expose explosive details about Diddy's past, including an alleged tape involving Andre Harrell and Diddy. She died alone at 47, supposedly from pneumonia. But here's the twist: pneumonia, heart failure, and pulmonary embolism can all be side effects of poison. Jaguar Wright, Diddy's former assistant and the first major whistleblower, claimed that toxins were found in Kim's toxicology report.
The first coroner's report that said that she died, it was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
And if you think the poison theory is far-fetched, consider this. Reports suggest Diddy himself is too scared to eat in jail, fearing he might be poisoned. And then there's another layer to this story: the infamous freak-off parties we've been hearing so much about. Yes, a government official actually used the term freak-offs. But before diving into what those entailed, it's important to understand that not all of Diddy's parties were like that, or at least not for most attendees. Diddy's parties were legendary, with his annual white parties being the crown jewel. Starting in 1998, these events were a mix of Harlem friends, Hollywood elites like Leonardo DiCaprio, fresh off Titanic, and even his relatives from down south. At first glance, they seemed innocent. By the time of his last white party in 2009, co-hosted with Ashton Kutcher, these gatherings were Hollywood staples, packed with A-list celebrities. But things took a turn once the kids went home. As Diddy himself said during one speech, when the kids go home, the real party starts.
To all the kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to.
Now, if you're still trying to wrap your head around what Diddy allegedly orchestrated during these infamous freak-offs, let me paint you a disturbing picture. Anything you can imagine that crosses every line of decency, it was reportedly happening. Partygoers, intoxicated by powerful narcotics, were said to be pushed to their limits, with the mistreatment continuing until they were completely unconscious. When federal agents raided Diddy's mansion last March, they uncovered some shocking evidence that added weight to these allegations. Among the findings were hundreds of bottles of baby oil, reportedly laced with narcotics, and multiple bags of IV fluids. These fluids were allegedly used to rehydrate Diddy and his associates after they became too exhausted from their night's intimate and chaotic activities. Even one of Diddy's alleged victims, Allie Carter, has come forward with horrifying claims about what happened during these freak-offs. According to her, participants were reportedly forced into intimate encounters involving bloody body parts, a detail that is as chilling as it is unthinkable. But here's the kicker. Diddy was highly selective about who could participate in these freak-offs. Many celebrities who attended his regular parties weren't even aware of what went on behind the scenes. The glitz and glamour of the main event served as a distraction, allowing Diddy and his inner circle to carry out their activities in secrecy. In fact, most celebrities left his gatherings by midnight, unaware of what was happening in the hidden rooms beyond the public eye.
I've been to plenty Diddy parties. I left early. I swear to you, I've never seen the stuff that they claim to be going on. I've never seen it. I never, those aren't the type of parties that I go to. I don't frequent those type of parties. And even if I go, like I said, I've never seen any of this. I'm like, when I hear about it, when did that happen? Yeah. At what time did this go down? Because I was there till 3:30. You mean at 3:32? So they waited for me to leave? Like, all right, good. That Wayans nigga's gone. He talked too much.
So the big question on everyone's mind is this: who in Hollywood knew about Diddy's darkest secrets, witnessed the chaos, or even participated and chose to stay silent? Shockingly, some of the names tied to this scandal are bigger and more influential than Diddy himself. Over the past few months, accusations have surfaced, and one of the most damning testimonies comes from Lil Rod, a music producer who accuses Diddy of R-wording him. Lil Rod revealed a disturbing network of individuals allegedly involved in covering up or profiting from his exploitation. Among them is Young Miami, who is said to have been both a participant in Diddy's infamous freak-offs and on his payroll alongside other names like Daphne Joyce, Stevie J, and Jade. Even more shocking, Lil Rod claims Young Miami's cousin SA'd him in 2022. But it doesn't end with artists. Lil Rod has also implicated Ethiopia Hoptomerium, the CEO of Motown Records, and Charles Grange, CEO of Universal Music Group, accusing them of profiting from his mistreatment. These allegations are made even more suspicious by a string of high-profile music industry resignations, immediately following Diddy's arrest on September 16th. Within days, Kevin Liles, CEO of Warner Music, Elektra's 300 Entertainment, announced his departure, followed by Kobayashi Kai, CEO of Warner Music Japan, and Randy Goodman, CEO of Sony Music Nashville. The timing has raised eyebrows, with many questioning if these exits were part of a larger effort to distance themselves from the scandal. Diddy's celebrity friendships are also coming under the spotlight, with familiar names now linked to his unsettling legacy. Steve Harvey, for instance, has a curious connection, having gone on European double dates with Diddy when the mogul was dating Steve's daughter, Lori Harvey. Usher, too, has been drawn into the narrative, with allegations that he was recruited by Diddy at a young age and may have suffered mistreatment. Jaguar Wright even claimed that Usher was rushed to the hospital due to incidents involving Diddy.
Usher, I'm tired of Usher. Goofy bitch. Got your asshole ripped open and the only thing it inspired was loyalty? They ripped your ass open. Gene didn't say it. He said, check the records at the hospital. I'm saying it.
The shocking allegations against Usher have been a hot topic recently, with some speculating that he continued a troubling cycle of mistreatment by involving Justin Bieber during his mentorship. Accusations of Bieber being exploited by Diddy and others have surfaced, casting past interviews and footage of their interactions in an unsettling new light.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
But the plot thickens, and now even Oprah Winfrey is being dragged into this mess. Oprah, the undisputed queen of media, has had long ties to Diddy. They've worked together on charity events like Oprah's 50th birthday bash in 2007, which benefited her Angel Network. They've been spotted at glamorous events, including the iconic 2010 Met Gala, where they shared mutual respect for each other in interviews. Oprah even interviewed Diddy for her Next Chapter series in 2013, giving fans an inside look into his world. But with the allegations against Diddy now dominating headlines, people are questioning Oprah's connection to him. Could their relationship run deeper than just a few high-profile events? Rumors have surfaced about possible joint ventures between them, fueling speculation that their bond is more than it seems. And if you thought the list of celebrities involved stops with Oprah, think again. Bill Ackman, a billionaire hedge fund manager, is another name tangled up in this drama. Ackman invested $50 million into Diddy's Revolt TV back in 2014, a massive vote of confidence in Diddy's vision for the future. Since then, the two have reportedly explored further opportunities together in the media and entertainment industries. While they may have been purely business partners, it's hard not to wonder what else Ackman might have known about what's been going on behind the scenes. And let's not forget Beyoncé. Recent TikTok videos have been speculating that Beyoncé could be somehow involved with Diddy. DaBaby shared a strange story from a party at Diddy's house in early 2020, where Diddy cleared out most of the guests, leaving just 15 people behind, including Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and himself. Things took a weird turn when Diddy showed an intense interest in DaBaby, and Beyoncé allegedly approached him in what DaBaby described as almost a flirtatious manner.
I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020.
Jennifer Lopez's name has also resurfaced in connection to Diddy. Lil Rod, a man accusing Diddy of dark deeds, claims that J-Lo was involved in the 1999 shooting incident that also involved Diddy and Shine. According to Lil Rod, J-Lo handed Diddy the gun that led to the accidental shooting of a woman. Despite J-Lo being Diddy's ex, rumors suggest that she may not be the innocent party some believe her to be. In fact, insiders have hinted that J-Lo may be just as controlling as Diddy, if not more. Some speculate that her string of marriages could be the result of her intense dominant nature. The Kardashian-Jenner clan also seems to be mixed up in this drama. For years, they've been perceived as having made their fortune through hard work and clean money, but now rumors are swirling about the true source of their wealth. Diddy is reportedly linked to supporting them financially and socially, with photos from his party showing Kim Kardashian and her sisters in attendance. Khloe Kardashian even spoke about how wild Diddy's parties could get, claiming they were full of people getting naked.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, so far French so good. Montana. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
But it doesn't stop there. Ashton Kutcher, known for That 70s Show and Punk'd, has also been involved with Diddy. Back in 2009, he teamed up with Diddy to host the Last White Party at one of Diddy's mansions. In an interview, Ashton admitted to witnessing so much wild behavior at Diddy's parties that he struggled to find words to describe it. When asked about his favorite parts of the events, Ashton hesitated before revealing how hard it was to even talk about what went on. It's clear that Ashton, despite his advocacy for victims, was deeply involved in Diddy's scandalous world.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either.
Leonardo DiCaprio's name is yet another surprising addition to the growing list of celebrities linked to Diddy's inner circle. For years, Diddy himself has openly revealed that Leonardo DiCaprio was always at the top of the guest list for his infamous white parties.
That's number one on that invitation list.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Yes, without a doubt, you are invited.
These exclusive gatherings have been known for their wild and lavish nature, drawing in high-profile figures from every corner of the entertainment industry. But as the scandal continues to unfold, it's becoming apparent that more and more big names are being pulled into the web of controversy surrounding Diddy. And if you think we've been dropping bombshells already, here comes Katt Williams, ready to completely blow your mind. Because according to him, there are way more rappers tied to Diddy's scandalous lifestyle than anyone expected. Bow Wow. For years, people thought Diddy calling Bow Wow his nephew was innocent, but insiders are saying it wasn't just family vibes. Big homie CC, who worked security for Diddy, admitted seeing Bow Wow at private freak-off parties, and the energy between them wasn't exactly uncle-nephew territory. Ray J, the R&B singer and reality star, hasn't been shy about hinting that Diddy's parties weren't just about music deals. Ray J once admitted that Wild things went down behind closed doors, and he hinted that he knew firsthand. Justin Bieber. Under Diddy's mentorship as a teenage pop star, Justin has long been seen in uncomfortable old interviews where Diddy made disturbing jokes about sharing hotel rooms and Lamborghinis. Old footage now raises serious questions about what really happened during those 48 hours with Diddy. Meek Mill. Though no one's outright said it yet, Katt Williams has dropped enough clues for fans to speculate that Meek Mill might have gotten himself wrapped up in Diddy's world when he was hanging with billionaire circles. And let's just say a lot of people aren't buying that it was just about networking. Drake, believe it or not, insiders whispered that Drake and Diddy had more than just a few music collabs. Diddy once introduced Drake at a private party as family, and there have been rumors that their relationship dipped into some uncomfortable territory. Fabulous. Always silent, but always there. Fabulous was photographed at countless Diddy parties over the years, but his name is being tossed around now for one reason. He knew what was happening and never said a word. And Katt floated that there's more big names that people respect, men that are symbols of masculinity in hip-hop silently tied to Diddy's wild world. He alluded to a list including even more shocking rappers whose images would crumble if the truth came out. According to Katt, all lies will be exposed this year. Now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe Katt Williams, or do you think this is just the tip of the iceberg and that there are more big names tied to Diddy's secret world? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back. Let's talk about it.